Gen V is back with season 2, so here's my thoughts on the best and worst parts of the first 3 episodes, full spoilers ahead. The season kicks off with our main cast of characters coming back to Godolkin University to be students again, minus Marie, because she was still on the run after being one of the only ones to break out. But right away in this opening scene, we see Kate use her powers to go into the mind of Jordan and find out what happened to Andre in this universe, even though that's not revealed until later in the episode. Because if you're unaware, the actor that plays Andre from season 1 did tragically pass away. Rest in peace to Chance Perdomo. He was only 27 when he was in an accident last year, obviously very tragic. But I do want to give Gen V and the writers credit for how they incorporated him into this story, because obviously it is, again, very tragic also hearing about how his character died, which is he was trying to do a prison escape similar to what Marie did, but it failed. I do appreciate how the show isn't just like brushing it under the rug. It's like, oh yeah, he died off screen and that's it. Like, no, his death in the show, just as in real life, is actually having effect on these characters. Marie feels responsible since he tried to copy her and escape. People like Kate, even though she's kind of terrible this season, learning about the death for the first time is legitimately like sad to see. I'm gonna kind of jump around between episodes, but I do really enjoy how in the next couple episodes we do get to see a lot with his dad trying to get closer to the situation and do stuff too. But getting back to episode 1, let's kind of jump towards the end of the episode where we get the Starlight cameo. Obviously we see her talking to Marie and she kind of just straight up tells her like, yeah, you're being an idiot, kind of being on the run and trying to hide. Just accept the deal that Vought is giving you. Go back to Godolkin University as a student and pretend everything is just fine and you're happy to be there. Because we learn that Starlight wants her to investigate something called Odessa there. That's a secret project, which we surprisingly find out what Odessa is very early on in these first 3 episodes, and Odessa is actually Marie. And I kind of like that they're already like changing the twist of what the core mystery of the season really is, now diving deeper into Marie's character. Speaking of Marie, we obviously see her and Jordan's relationship escalate throughout these 3 episodes. She drops the first "I love you." I feel like this is destined to end very badly by the end of the season just because of this being a show set in the Boys universe. Maybe I'm just scarred from the very first episode of the Boys though, and maybe they'll have a happy ever after, but I don't think so. Now again, it's only been 3 episodes, but I feel like Sam has been really overshadowed in the season so far. I definitely need more screen time for my boy because I think he's one of the most interesting characters of the entire series, honestly. I will say I did thoroughly enjoy the first 3 episodes. I think the first episode was really good and the next 2 have some slower moments for sure, but again, learning more about this mystery is interesting. My one nitpick with this is kind of my same problem with Peacemaker season 2, is that it feels like we're kind of abandoning the more comedic tone from the first season. Like Gen V season 1 was legitimately very funny, just like The Boys is, even though it had a lot more serious stuff going on at the same time. But I personally feel like in season 2, outside of like the Deep having his one scene that was really funny, and some of those just shock value moments that are just so ridiculous, they are kind of hilarious. I just feel like a lot of the comedy has kind of been abandoned. Like I understand our main group of characters have obviously gone through a lot by the end of last season, and it's a very serious stuff going on, but you can still be a funny TV show with all that. But who knows, maybe real life has just been so crazy lately that the satire and like exaggerated nature of The Boys just doesn't even feel exaggerated anymore. It just feels like you're watching more of what we see real life every day. But a solid start. The core mystery with Godolkin, Marie being born there, and being Odessa again is very interesting here. I can't wait to see where they go in the rest of the season. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for the first 3 episodes that I'll bump up to a 7.5 for Kate Dunlap existing. I have the playlist above me if you want to check out all my other movie reviews on the channel. Thank you so much for watching.